You're watching NewsdayTV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Macy Eglund. A man was killed after an explosion and fire ripped through a house in Melville. It was one of a rash of house fires over the Christmas holiday. Sherry Einhorn spoke with neighbors as investigators tried to figure out the cause.
An early morning blaze here in Melville drew firefighters from 7 different departments. Suffolk police now confirm a man's body was discovered inside the home on Wilmington Drive. Neither his identity nor the cause of the fire have been released yet.
At 5 in the morning, the dogs started barking and went outside. It was just a huge fire. I mean, the flames are all the way out.
There were also 3 homes that were destroyed during fires on Christmas Eve in Central Islip, Oceanside, and Hicksville. The Red Cross says 5 families were displaced. The causes are all under investigation. Fire officials say there is usually an increase in house fires during the winter months and during the holidays. Space heaters, overloaded electrical circuits, holiday decorations, Christmas trees, and cooking can all be contributing factors. Since December 20th, the Nassau County Fire Marshal's office has investigated 21 separate blazes, including this fatal fire in Hicksville.
So the number one thing, always, every day, anytime, is have working smoke detectors. They are a life safety device. They make all the difference in the world when it comes to saving a life.
Neighbors here in Melville say it's devastating to hear that someone died in the house fire, and they acknowledge just how important it is to take every precaution possible to protect yourself and your family.
Yeah, it's a serious problem. We have smoke detectors, we have fire detectors, and they're checked every year, and you got to do that.
I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
Police need your help finding the driver involved in a hit and run earlier this month. Investigators believe this blue Mazda you're seeing on your screen hit a pedestrian on East Main Street in Kings Park. If you have any information about the crash or if you recognize that vehicle, you're asked to call Suffolk Crime Stoppers. The number's on your screen, 1-800-220-TIPS. A man has been arrested for allegedly driving drunk and crashing with a 5-year-old in the car. Police say Daniel Kassoon crashed into the center median on the LIE in Yaphank. His 5-year-old was in the car and was taken to the hospital for evaluation. This happened around 8 o'clock last night. The school bus camera safety program is facing legal challenges in both Suffolk and Nassau. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday. A West Hempstead man filed a class action lawsuit against Hempstead. Now, the suit alleges the bus stop arm violations issued to him over the summer were illegal applications of state law. He's demanding all tickets in the town be refunded. This comes after a Suffolk County driver's $250 automated school bus ticket was dismissed because of insufficient evidence. Let's take a look at your Long Island forecast now. Today, mild again. We'll get down to around 41 degrees or so later tonight. But tomorrow, the trend continues. That fog hanging on in the morning. Highs around 50 degrees tomorrow with some rain in the late afternoon. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
We are catching up with Carol Silva. The retired news anchor is focusing on optimism and positivity after a major health scare. Sherry Einhorn has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
Ready, set, go!
Catching up with Carol Silva, her life, her health, and her incredible ability to always be positive.
I just feel great. I feel healthy.
So, how's her life going? Great, she says.
I'm a big believer that your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits really establish how your life is going to go. They're literally the best doctors in the world.
4 years ago, she announced publicly that she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that spread to her brain. She battled, beat it, and was cancer-free for 2 years before being re-diagnosed with cancer in her lung.
And that one kind of knocked me through a loop a little bit. I thought, I'm human. The last time around, I was superhuman.
But she believes in the power of prayer, in positive thoughts, and in helping others. It's something she says she was determined to do more of after stepping away from her role as an anchor for News 12 Long Island, a place she called home for 30 years.
My goal was to grow my soul and then to help grow the souls of others.
She's enjoyed a lot of chapters in her career so far, so what's her next one? A podcast due out the end of January called, wait for it, The Silver Lining.
That is about those times in life, and we all have them, where you really think that you've tripped over an awful, painful stumbling block, and it turns out to be an incredible stepping stone to something else.
Carol embodies warmth, kindness, and joy, and not just during the holidays.
I love Christmas since I'm a little kid. I love putting out the pictures of my kids on their first Christmases.
She's excited to have everyone home for their annual Oyster Bay Christmas.
At a time of the year when there can be so many stressors and challenges in life, Carol has this advice for anyone who wants it.
If we just lead with kindness and we lead with some courtesy, we'll find out more about each other and we'll end up on the same page.
For NewsdayTV, I'm Shari Einhorn.
Carol is so great. You can read more about her on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. A Long Island man is celebrating a major milestone, his 25th anniversary of a double lung transplant. Virginia Huey has that story.
This is my special place.
For Gary Klausner of Plainview, today's walk at Jones Beach is much more than a workout. It's a celebration of life.
Today is my 25th double lung transplant anniversary. 5-year survival rate for someone with a double lung transplant, 25 years later now, is just over 50%. And here I am going on 25.
Diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at 10, Klausner lived an active life until he developed a life-threatening respiratory infection at age 33.
My doctors came to me and said my only chances for long-term survival would be to have a double lung transplant.
Klausner took time away from his newborn twin sons and wife to move to North Carolina to be waitlisted at Duke University Hospital, facing an uncertain future.
I had that feeling of hopelessness. Am I going to be alive to see my wife and my boys grow up?
3.5 weeks later, Klausner got the call that a donor had been found. After a successful transplant, Klausner walked the Jones Beach Boardwalk as part of his rehab. Within weeks, he ran his first marathon. He's been enjoying life's journey, watching his sons grow up ever since.
I appreciate everything in life. I don't take anything for granted.
And while Klausner cherishes every moment with his family, there is another special family that is never far from his thoughts.
That heroic family that made that unbelievable decision to give me a second chance at life. Just incredibly grateful for the ultimate gift of life.
At Jones Beach, I'm Virginia Huey for Newsday TV.
You can read more about this survivor's journey at Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
It makes a difference when people see their faces and their experiences reflected in our newspaper. I think it makes them feel seen in some way.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Macy Eglund. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great night. We'll leave you with a look at your 7-day forecast.